Hello everyone, Porterhause here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker Benchmark. Now, before we get going on that, I do have some news. A lot of you probably already know this, but there has been a mass exodus from the MMO World of Warcraft, or should I say there has been a mass migration from that game to Final Fantasy XIV. Now, there are a lot of reasons why that is happening. I'm not going to get into it, but it pretty much boils down to the game sucks now. Now, this is not coming from me. I haven't played World of Warcraft in like 6-7 years. Tried it for a couple weeks, didn't like it, never went back. This is in fact coming from players in Final Fantasy XIV, members of my free company that are new players. They actually refer to themselves as WoW refugees, and they're all telling me basically WoW sucks, Final Fantasy XIV good. So that's where it's coming from. It's not coming from me. Now, I am not gloating about this in the least. And honestly, it is a terrible thing for a much beloved game to go down the tubes the way that WoW has. However, Blizzard's loss has absolutely been our gain. The sheer number of new players on Eorzea has been staggering, and they are being greeted with open arms. So whether you're a new player coming from WoW, a returning player, or someone who has never played any kind of MMO before, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Warriors of Light. So now, moving on, let's talk about the benchmark. Now, a lot of people don't know, so I am going to explain. The benchmark is a tool to see how well Final Fantasy XIV will run on your computer, and it includes actual maps used in the game and playable characters. You simply run the benchmark, and at the end of it, you'll find out how well your computer will perform. Now, one of the neat things is that it includes a character creation tool that will allow you to create a test character and give you a preview of all the playable races and genders, including the male Vera, which will be available when Endwalker drops in November. Now, I strongly encourage you to hop into that and play around and have some fun designing your own character. It really is a lot of fun. So anyway, let's take a look at the benchmark, and you'll see how well my computer rated in this particular test. And there it is, folks. The whole benchmark was pretty damn epic and featured a ton of sneak previews of things to come in terms of areas to explore, at least one of the cities, and even a potential dungeon. Now, during the video, I was tickled to see pretty much every major NPC character from all of the previous patches and DLCs join the fray in one of the battle scenes. Now, it was awesome to see them kicking butt and taking names. That actually gave me chills in parts. So the video also featured most, if not all, of the current Disciple of War and Disciple of Magic classes, including the upcoming Reaper class, which will be a melee DPS, and the Sage class, which will be kind of like a mix of White Mage and Dark Mage, which is kind of my take on that anyway. Now, in some of the more panoramic scenes, we got to look at the new lands that I mentioned earlier, as well as some new creatures, and a good look at one of the new beast tribes. And all this has pretty much got me excited for things to come when Endwalker drops. Alright folks, if you're planning on playing Final Fantasy XIV on a PC, I strongly suggest you download the benchmark tool and try it out and see if your rig can handle it and at what level. Now, if everything works out, please join us. It really is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game in years. Now, I do have one caveat, and that is with the dramatic increase in new players, all of the worlds and all of the data centers are filling up fast. Now, that's not to say there aren't any openings. You may not get the data center and world you want, though, but go ahead and join up, because at some point down the line, you should be able to world transfer to another data center and another world, and get on with your friends. Now, that being said, if they're at least in the same data center, you can world hop and go see your friends on a different world. Now, if they're on a different data center with the Endwalker patch, you'll actually be able to hop data centers as well. So you will be able to play with each other. You just won't be on the same world until you do the world transfer. Now, that's it for the video, folks. I hope you found it both fun and informative. If so, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And I will see you all at the next Final Fantasy video.